for staying up with us for 5 Outdoors tonight. We are going to school, and it's all outdoors. Our first stop will be to check in on the kids at the Rogers High School outdoors class as they go on a field trip. Then we will head over to the Mulberry River for canoe and kayak school. But right now, let's get to that Rogers High School class. You know, we brought you stories about this unique course at Rogers before, but a lot has happened since our last report. So we thought it was time for an update. We went along with the students, instructor Jeff Belk, and Coach Bart McFarland as they floated, fished, and picked up trash along a stretch of the Elk River in Missouri. On this trip, we learned that one of the biggest developments since our last report on the Rogers High School outdoors class were the awards. During the past year, instructor Jeff Belk has won several state and national awards for his outdoor program.
I received the Arkansas Environmental Education Association's Environmental Educator of the Year for 2004, and then I received Sonny Varnell nominated me for, he's the Arkansas Game and Fish Commissioner, he nominated me for the Arkansas Wildlife Federation's Environmental Educator of the Year. And I received that, and when I went to that banquet, they told me they were going to push that award onto their national level, and they said that it was going to be just about impossible to get. They'd give it a shot, and so I never expected anything out of it. And then I got a letter in the mail saying that I won the national award, and it's really all about this program. I'm just lucky enough to be a part of it and get to teach the class.
Mr. Belk gave us a quick rundown of some of the science and ecology lessons that the students were learning on this float trip.
You can look for bugs under the rocks. I want everybody to find 3 different bugs under the rocks, and then we're also going to use this pole seine, and then we're going to use the big seine. We're going to catch all kinds of good stuff. We had the kids doing chemical and biological testing. We also looked at riparian zone and the geomorphology that's happening here on this creek. We have different groups, usually have 5 different groups doing different chemical tests, phosphate, nitrate, chlorine, dissolved oxygen, and pH. And then we also do the biological testing, which is looking at the macroinvertebrates. And these macroinvertebrates tell us exactly about the health of the river. The intolerant bugs cannot handle any pollution. And so if we find a lot of the intolerant bugs here, then that tells us that this river has to be clean enough for them.
There's a group of things that live in the water that make the water quality good and say that the water quality is good. And then there's certain things that live in the water that say that it's polluted. And that's why we test the river.
So the kids get to see, you know, the science side. They see, you know, what bugs are here, what these macroinvertebrates are telling us, and then they relate that to the fishing, what the fish eat. They know a healthy river is going to have more bugs, and therefore more food for the fish, therefore better fishing. And so they see how this all ties together. And they also learn to, like looking at the geomorphology with the banks and the erosion, they learn to, you know, think about what's upstream and what's causing the problems. Where's this pollution coming from? Is it agricultural or is it urban? Is it non-point pollution or point pollution? And so they learn a little bit about their environment and the things that they do at home that may cause some problems in the river.
Y'all ready to roll?
Yeah.
If you're a high school student and wish you had a class like this one to sign up for, take heart. Mr. Belk hopes to soon take this unique style of learning statewide.
Arkansas Game and Fish Commission has adopted the program, and it's been approved by the state, and so now we're ready to put it in public schools, grades 6 through 12, and Arkansas Game and Fish is going to provide some funding. Your schools will have a small budget for it. I'm working on getting national groups to contribute with the grants, and as I train teachers to do this program, I'll hand them startup grants so that they can buy all the equipment they need, and it's coming real well. A lot of schools are interested, and we're going to start doing trainings maybe this summer, if not the following year.
Coach Bart McFarland says students taking part in the outdoors class learn recreational skills that will hopefully last them a lifetime.
We teach them how to do archery, and then, like I said, the boat and safety and the hunter's ed. And we do all sorts of other activities that will help them, enable them to go out into nature and to be able to survive and to camp and to have a good time with each other.
Rogers senior Karina Hurtado gave us a quick rundown of some of the activities she's enjoyed this past semester and what she's learned.
We go out, clean the pond, go out on hiking trips, caving, fly fishing, canoeing. Some of the things I've learned was what I said before, water quality, how to take care of the environment, and much more.
Senior Trey Beckton says he too has learned a lot from the class.
We've learned about all kinds of stuff in nature and how to take care of it and keep it clean, and what to do in all types of situations, and how to have fun and also be environmentally friendly.
As we mentioned earlier, part of this field trip involved a contest to see which canoe pair could pick up the most trash during the half-day float.
Here's the head. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo!
You guys won the trash?
Yeah, I think we got him beat. Most definitely.
At least one of the students says she doesn't plan to stop with just one cleanup trip down the Elk River.
Whenever I come here and I see trash, laying all over the place, I'm like, what's going on? Because it shouldn't be like this, and people think, it's supposed to be like this, and it's not. I think that me and my boyfriend, whenever we come back, that we're going to come back around here, and we're going to pick up as much trash as we can, because, I'm really big about, things looking beautiful, and, outside's natural, and I think it should always look this way.
Wow, some valuable lessons being taught there at Rogers High School. A great, great concept, and now it's going to go statewide, so that's wonderful.